Okay, this is a crash out post. I'm currently crashing out. Sorry in advance. Women, do not get married and have kids unless you plan on and are capable of becoming a single mom.
Asking a woman what she brings to the table is like you guys asking a lady, oh, so what type of guy you like? Because then you could say whatever the fuck you want.
Where are all the men that like to for their own pleasure? Because I'm sick and tired of these men saying that they are, and then when it gets down to business. I have a question. So I think I speak for a lot of women. Where are the men that can't breathe when you talked to us? Couldn't breathe when we were touching you. So here I am making pancakes and bacon for my daughter, and my husband walks in once again. It seems like this is a regular, that he walks in during breakfast thinking that I'm gonna make him something. He's like, what are you making? I'm like, pancakes, bacon. Oh, can you make me some? Yeah.
Remember in college when all you had to do was get blackout drunk on any given night, the night of your choosing, in order to find like a hot, jacked guy? Now when I see a guy who's jacked, I'm like, that's so nostalgic. I used to have my absolute pick of the litter with you. And now at 33 years old, I'm traipsing around the city in high heels, trying to find a fucking bar that will let me in. And then also trying to find a guy who's like hot and jacked and like, I have to care about like personality in your job now. Like, are you ambitious? Because like I have to actually want to spend time with you. Whereas in college, like all you had to care about was, are you hot? Like I miss those.
Attraction could carry the whole experience. Now she's looking for looks, ambition, personality, and compatibility. All attendance men didn't necessarily become worse. The dating criteria simply got a lot more complicated.
Good morning. People like to blame women for the downfall of our culture in America and in the West and say, you know, women are overbearing and they're nags and they're making all the wrong decisions and you should have never allowed women to vote because they ruined it. And maybe that's true, but if men were the leaders that they were supposed to be, if they led the household, if they led society the way they were supposed to be, we wouldn't be in the situation where women had all of this control socially and men were weakened by that control. If you weren't a weak man, then you would be able to stand your ground against an overly emotional, nagging woman on a sidewalk with a sign. Stop allowing women to just make all of the decisions culturally, socially, because do you see where it's gotten us when men step away from the leadership role? Do you see what happens when men decide to bow down to the emotionally overcharged woman experience? If men were the leaders they were supposed to be, feminism wouldn't have taken root the way that it did. You can't put all the blame on women when you are the leader of the house, the leader of the country, the leader of the world.
You've already missed the point. Masculinity is responsibility, discipline, and backbone. A man doesn't need to silence women to lead. He needs enough conviction to stand on his principles without folding under pressure.
Question, that is it, yeah? What happens now, yeah, God forbid, if your husband gets sick and it can't work?
Then I have to find a new one.
What do you even stitch to this, bro? I don't have ideas in my mind. Normally things are flying in here, flying in here, flying. I'm speechless. Back chat them days, anything was going. If TikTok was around when back chat was popping like that, few years back, if they brought those takes over here, my goodness. She didn't even stutter. She didn't even have to have a thought in her mind. Her answer was gone. The answer had left the shelf. Hey. After God, fear. I didn't say it. After God, fear. Those that don't feel must. Those that don't hear must.
So here I am making pancakes and bacon for my daughter, and my husband walks in once again. It seems like this is a regular, that he walks in during breakfast thinking that I'm gonna make him something. He's like, what are you making? I'm like, pancakes, bacon. Oh, can you make me some? Yeah, sure, I can. How about this, sir? Here's your bacon, and here's your fucking pancakes. How about you make that shit your fucking self?
And I would have said, here's a job application. How about you pay your mortgage yourself?
I don't know in what world these men live in, thinking that their wives are supposed to be cooking for them. Absolutely not. I'm cooking for me and my daughter. You, sir, could cook for yourself. Oh, but you could put a couple more bacon strips in the air fryer for me. Okay, the same way that I could do it, sir, you could do it too. Grab the bacon, put it in the motherfucking air fryer. But he has to wait till this is done because he's not putting it with my food.
The way I would have FedEx her ass out that house, baby, you would have hit the porch before the tracking number updated.
Plus, the food that I buy is with my food stamps. It's not with yours. It's not with your money. It's with mine. So if you want food, why don't you go buy it yourself and then cook it? I'm not giving you food that I buy. That's ridiculous. And last I recall, you're not on my EBT case. So you are not getting this.
Report her ass to the government, cause how you getting EBT?
Get a job and feed yourself. That's not teamwork, that's contempt. A man should absolutely contribute. But if you're married and treating basic acts of consideration like they're beneath you, don't be surprised when he stops investing emotionally too.
I don't want to live with my husband. I want him to live like down the hall.
Yeah, same.
And like sleep in separate rooms?
Go away.
I would turn
that's 1950.
that side of the house into a dual master. So knock down that wall between those. That's your side. This my side. You can come stay with me whenever. I can come stay with you, whatever. But we have separate spaces, separate bathrooms, separate.
I wouldn't do it that way, but I would definitely do like a woman cave and a man cave.
I mean,
like,
sure,
you know,
but where
have
are you sleeping every night? Are you sleeping in the bed with your man?
100% every night. But throughout the day, I'm trying to read a
Not
book.
necessary.
I'm trying to drink. I'm trying to do the things that I do. I want to play and make up. I don't have time for you coming around here
just
talking.
being
Shut
around,
the fuck
yeah.
up. And I say that I don't want to see him on the weekends. So I usually...
That's the contradiction. A man isn't just a paycheck, a title, and someone you visit when convenient. If you want marriage, you're choosing partnership, including the everyday presence, compromise, and companionship that come with it.
So real shit, I never understood how men was feeling until I started messing with women. And I'm not saying this so y'all could be in my comments like, yeah, hell yeah, no, I still don't fuck with y'all. But what I'm saying is these hoes really be out here trying to use you for a check for real. Like, what the fuck? This your first day meeting a girl. You could be like, hey, what's up? What you doing? How you doing? Next thing you know, oh, I'm hungry. Do you feel like buying me some food? Bitch, do it look like I feel like buying you some food? I don't even know you. I don't know you from a can of paint. And like, it's like, you can't be like, oh, it's just a few girls. No, I don't know, bitch. Maybe it's just the whole I'm talking to. But god damn, it be like, I just want something to eat. Is you gonna buy it? No, I'm not gonna buy it. I don't know you.
Notice how quickly the perspective changed when she experienced it herself. Suddenly being treated like an ATM doesn't feel flattering. Men have been talking about this for years. Dating shouldn't start with financial demands before you've even built trust or genuine interest.
Asking a woman what she brings to the table is like you guys asking a lady, oh, so what type of guy you like? Because then you could say whatever the fuck you want. You're supposed to use your discernment.
Do you go into an interview and you ask the employer to use their discernment?
What do you mean by that?
When you go into an interview, they're going to ask you questions to see if you best suited for this position, right?
Here's the thing with that, and that's like not really a good example, because we talk about relationships.
Relationship is dating. It's a job. It's a form of interviewing. That is a form of interviewing. Like,
It's a very good analogy.
So with the job, you can act. The veil can come on and off.
People act
when
in
you're dating.
That's the same thing in relationships.
On the job, you may be able to fool me for those 8 hours, but someone I sleep with can't.
You absolutely evaluate someone you're considering sleeping with, trusting, and building a life with. That's not an insult, it's common sense. A man isn't interviewing for a job, he's deciding whether you're worth investing years of his life into.
I'm on my way back to work after my wedding. I am upset that I'm not on a honeymoon, but I definitely recommend. Oh my God. Why do I always have a booger? I was going to delete that, but then I was like, that's not very me to not just post the shit. But anyway, I definitely recommend if you're able to like take a few days between your wedding and your honeymoon. I'm taking months, but I'm like been on my phone staring at pictures for the last 72 hours. Good thing I wasn't on my honeymoon because I would have been doing the same thing and ignoring the hell out of Andrew. But I just did that and it wasn't rude. And so I'll be ready for a honeymoon when it comes, even though I'm ready now. I am severely depressed. I have a lot of sadness carrying me today because I don't want to go back to work. I've been so happy the last week.
She's genuinely excited about being with her husband and doesn't want the honeymoon feeling to end. Take the trip later, enjoy the anticipation, and most importantly, don't let social media become more important than the man standing next to you.
Y'all are not gonna believe this. So I just left out of the store and I am in shock with what I just witnessed. I'm like, is this serious? So I am in line to check out, and it's a self-checkout line. It's super long, and I was just in Costco. So if y'all shop at Costco, you know how that is. It's always crowded, no matter what time of the day. So I'm in line, and I am by like the flower stand, and Costco has beautiful freaking flowers, like absolutely love them. So I see a gentleman around the flowers. He picks up a bouquet of like yellow roses, and then he's looking for something to match it. So I guess the woman that he's with walks up, and then he finds what he wants and puts them in the cart. What he do that for? Oh my God, y'all. She went off. Why would you get yellow roses? Blah, 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 blah. You know, those don't mean love. Like, that means friendship. Just going off. And he's...
Imagine being a man who thinks, let me get my woman some flowers, and getting a lecture about the color. That's not appreciation. That's conditioning him to do nothing. Men don't need perfection from a woman. They need their effort to actually be valued.
She is crazy. And I'm looking at them in shock. I'm like this, literally. Like, watching what he's gonna do, looking at her, listening to everything that she's saying, just going off. He takes the flowers out of the basket and puts them back and continues to walk. And she is like, you know, where are you going, John? Blah, 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 blah. You know, she's not loud, but she's loud enough for other people to hear it. Okay. So I am like, wow. So he leaves. So then she proceeds to start talking to this other woman. Like, I cannot believe that he did that. You know, why would you buy yellow roses? Like, that means friendship. Why wouldn't he get red? You know, he's supposed to love me, blah, blah, blah. And I'm thinking to myself, first of all, two things are about to happen. And maybe three. The first thing, that man is never coming to the store with her ever again, because she completely freaking embarrassed him. Number two, he will never freaking buy her flowers again.
Don't put yourself out there for someone who turns your effort into criticism. She didn't just reject the flowers, she embarrassed the man who was trying to do something thoughtful. Next time, he might simply keep his money and his peace.
Three, she might have a real issue when they get home. I don't know if they married or not. But listen, if they're not married, he will not be in her life no more. And if they are married, he's definitely planning his exit in his head, because that was ridiculous. Ain't no way a man should take a woman embarrassing him in public about some freaking flowers that I'm getting for you. So now you want to control the color flowers that I get you and not understand the gesture behind it. I'm getting you flowers. Who cares what freaking color they are? Like, this is the issue with some of us as women, and why we are going to die alone.
She wanted red roses so badly that she completely missed the point. He thought about her and bought her flowers. That's how you kill generosity. Keep criticizing a man's effort, and eventually he won't bring flowers. You'll just get silence.
The other day I'm scrolling through Facebook. I see this lady post a video about how she was on the Facebook dating app, and she didn't even write this man. He wrote her and said, shake my head. She said, what? And he started reading her ass. He was basically saying like, oh, you got such high standards, but you're short and fat. I'm like, Lord, the men is being women's. Like, why are you attacking somebody verbally who didn't even say nothing to you? As a single woman, my only advice for single women is to stop trying to date these men. Like, whoever's for you will find you. Just start going out, do the things that you enjoy to do. And if somebody is for you, that person will find you. Because going on these dating sites, intentionally trying to meet.
Nobody is entitled to attention from strangers. Online men are increasingly realizing they don't have to participate in a dating environment that constantly frustrates them. Sometimes walking away isn't Lozingi's choosing peace.
It's not fucking safe. This lady ain't even say nothing to this man. And when she posted a screenshot of her profile, she wasn't even asking for a lot. This girl is a makeup artist. She's a registered nurse. She put that she got kids. She got her own home. She only got one baby daddy. Like, why are you like, what's wrong with the men? Like, where are the real men at? Cause I don't get it. Like, what? Like, something really gotta give. Like, something is really wrong with the men that's left out here. Like, I don't get it. Stop looking for these men. Get off these dating sites. Put them out of business. And just go out, get in the field, do the things that you like to do the things that interest you, find new hobbies, and whoever align with you will find you. Because that's what I'm doing. Fuck all that other shit.
Get off the apps and let someone find you. That's exactly the environment a lot of men are already leaving. If both sides are frustrated with dating apps, maybe the problem isn't that men are broken. The entire dating marketplace is exhausting people.
Okay, this is a crash out post. I'm currently crashing out. Sorry in advance. Women, do not get married and have kids unless you plan on and are capable of becoming a single mom. Because 9 times out of 10, 8 times out of 10, I don't know, statistically high, that's probably what's gonna happen to you. Now, I love being a mom. I really do. And in fact, I quite enjoy most of the time being a single mom. This shit is not fair. The world is not set up for single moms. You will struggle. I don't care what job you have. I don't care how much you get paid. For some fucking reason, when you have their child, they will abandon you. They will discard you. Even if they don't cheat, even if they don't do anything significant, they'll emotionally turn away from you to the point where you leave.
That's a pretty serious indictment of the men she's experienced, but it doesn't describe every man. If anything, it shows why men and women should stop rushing into marriage and actually vet each other before creating a family.
I can't be in that. You're just fucking surviving, trying to raise these kids, trying to do the best you can, and you get $250 a month. What the fuck? That is pennies. That is the gas money it is taking me to drop them off at their father's house and pick them back up. My youth was stolen from me. I had to put my boots on the ground and become a single mom at 21 years old. I didn't get to live. I didn't get to live. The first time I got pregnant, the man said he couldn't have kids and then fought me in court for 5 years to take away my son that he claimed in the beginning he wasn't even capable of producing. I'm sorry.
Once a child is involved, emotions, courts, money, and years of responsibility enter the picture. If you're not ready to build a stable family with that person, don't create one and hope everything works out later.
Millennial can often feel like we're going backwards, but I really think this is the final death rattle of the patriarchy. I think a lot of men now are triggered. It said like 45% of all women 21 to 44 will be single by 2030, and that's just such a huge jump from the programming I grew up with. Even if like feminist shows, which I don't think that's real feminism, Sex in the City, it was still a shadow, a little thing on a monkey on Carrie's back that she had to get married, that was the ultimate prize. You saw that with Charlotte too. And you know, Samantha was not like, now she's everyone's favorite character, but it wasn't really like that when Sex in the City, for some people, but for a lot of people it was, oh, she's like the extreme, and the end of the day, like Carrie and Charlotte are the sane ones. And Miranda, I don't know, I can't even go on Miranda and Steve. But it was this still, like, marriage was the ultimate.
Calling it the death rattle of patriarchy is interesting because men choosing to stay single isn't men losing, it's men realizing marriage isn't mandatory for a meaningful life. If both sides are free to choose, then let the market decide who actually wants the deal.
And you look at the media, any Judd Apatow movie, women didn't have personalities. It was like men, you know, they acted like the Hangover men, right? It was like, we're the wolf pack and we gotta sow our wild oats, and then like, you know, I'm even gonna like cheat on my wife the night before, but then like the old ball and chain, the hot wife that I don't even deserve and is way too hot for me and is not even realistic. She'll be there waiting for me after I've done sowing my oats, like the old ball and chain. I guess I gotta settle down. And now women are like, you're free. No more ball and chain. Like, great, we don't want marriage either. And all of a sudden men are realizing they don't have their free sex workers, they don't have their free maids, their free mothers, and all of a sudden they're like, oh no, I mean, we love marriage, traditional family values.
Men aren't obligated to marry. Just because women no longer want traditional roles, a modern man can cook, clean, earn, and live independently. If marriage doesn't offer him peace, loyalty, and partnership, staying single is a perfectly rational choice. Anyway, that's enough for today. Subscribe, hit the notification bell, like, share, and stay tuned for the next.